portion of Florida that I lived in is an amazing place, but I don't live in the I didn't live in the portion of Florida that people talk about. I lived in the Panhandle, not the Wang. The Wang is what most people associate Florida as. And as it is the Wang, that's the most dickish fucking part of the United States. The Panhandle of Florida is good folk who just want to live an honest living.
It's like the difference between North and South Dakota, right?
Oh, 100.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't much care for WrestleMania these days. I'm not looking forward to 8 to 10 hours of my life going down the drain for a relatively mediocre show. But they're anticipating having fans. I just don't know why they don't do it. AEW's doing it. Why don't you just start letting people in limited quantities?
I know for sure they're not having fans at the Royal Rumble. So
I know they wanted to really badly.
I think
they scrapped multiple angles because they're not doing it at the Royal Rumble.
I think the thing is that they like piping in their own. Honestly, I think it's because they like piping.
I know that's going to become Vince's new favorite thing. And then when things do get back to somewhat normal, he's just still not going to let people in. He's going to build robots.
It's just all going to be the fucking wall of fucking shit. Yeah. Paystee, fucking everything going on. We've lost live audiences and we've lost so much. But the biggest hit not only is just independent wrestling, but especially female-oriented independent wrestling. And the good news is that's coming back this year, ain't it?
Yes, it is, Fat Mack. Shine Wrestling is returning to running live events for the first time in almost a year due to being forced to shut down during the pandemic. Shine 66 will take place on January 23rd in Port Richey, where? Florida, with a bell time of 8 p.m. EST. Allison Kay versus Evilise has been announced as one of the confirmed matches on the show. This event marks Shine's first event since Shine 65 on February 29th, 2020, a show that saw Evilise successfully defend her title against Lindsay Snow. Kay versus Evilise is currently the only match announced for the event, but Kimberly, Marty Bell, Natalia Markova, and Jamie Jameson were also featured on the poster. I like this because I don't watch Shine, but I know all of these names.
Right. Yeah, exactly. This is where the women that make a name for themselves in the major companies go to make a name for themselves. And they always come back. The biggest names in women's pro wrestling come back to these. And I think it's great because usually, for sure, the Ring of Honor's Impacts, AEW's, but also a lot of times WWE's, let them come back to it because it's not a threat to their product. This is a women's only wrestling product.
It's stupid that they don't see it as a threat.
I agree.
Oh, I hate that.
That they still allow big names to compete in it. So glad to see them come back. Shimmer was my first really exposure to all women's wrestling. Then I got into Stardom. And Shine kind of followed. So I've always got a soft spot for Shimmer, but it's cool that Shine's coming back. Shine was for a moment the sister promotion for ROH, although they have now since cut ties with each other. And that was before the hashtag speaking out.
Yeah.
But we are going to be speaking loud and proud, if not out. Paystee Major League Wrestling is reportedly working on a new TV series. MLW's representation ICM partners are currently in talks with several networks for a second MLW TV series that is currently being developed. There's no word yet on the title or format of the new show, but the series is being shopped to both English and Spanish language networks. That's a keynote there. And this new MLW show would be separate from the current MLW Fusion series that airs each week on multiple platforms that you can reach either free or easily, such as YouTube, BN Sports, Fubo TV, and the Roku channel.
Yes, indeed. Well, if AEW is any significant sign, don't expect to hear anything else for the next year, because I'm still waiting to hear what AEW's next show is.
Right?
Oh, boy. I hope TNT's not already paying them for it. Wouldn't that be the shit?
I mean, the pandemic really kind of threw a monkey wrench in that. But yes, I agree. It's like, goddamn.
This next story might be one of my favorites from this week, and it is.
That's kind of sick.
Sean Morley, a.k.a. Val Venis, was blocked by Twitter earlier this week for violating the social media platform's child sexual exploitation policy. According to Venis, his account was blocked because he shared evidence of Hunter Biden, the son of U.S. President-elect Joe Biden, molesting children, including Malia Obama, the daughter of former U.S. President Barack Obama. This is not the first time Venis has shared wild conspiracy theories on his social media accounts. He previously called The Rock and Arnold Schwarzenegger traitors who sold out America to communist China.
Damn you, Dwayne Johnson! Did he a little too much weed?
I think definitely so. I think so. It's just sad because I look at these people and I'm like, I used to like you, and then, it's like what we were talking about off the show last week about fathers, and like I see my dad in a lot of these people, and it makes me mad, makes me angry. If you're listening, Dad, I'm not sorry.
I'm gonna put this out here right now as a talk about the personal person, not Fat Mack, but. In this last week, Paystee, and I was surprised. No, I guess I wasn't surprised. But anyways, in this past week, Paystee, Facebook has flagged me on 3 different posts of mine that said they were spreading hate speech. And they were all basically, they weren't even like hate speech. One of them was like, it said Honky Kong defending the White House or something. It was Donkey Kong on top of the wall while the Republican protesters were climbing it. And one said, mega proving to themselves walls don't count. Like, they weren't hateful, I didn't think. But no, I had 3 different posts of mine that were flagged. And obviously by friends of mine, because I have my shit fucking blocked. Only friends can see my shit. I've had 3 different posts of mine flagged. I haven't been blocked yet. I disagreed, or I challenged all 3 of them, and 2 out of 3 were I won the challenge. The 3rd one I didn't. But it's like, I'm sitting here just thinking to myself, which one of my Facebook friends is fucking shitting on me because of this? Like, first of all, it's one thing to disagree with me, and I disagree with a lot of people. But I don't report them to Facebook.
Right. It just goes to show they're snowflakes, right?
I guess. Yeah.
They're not handling this very well.
They?
Like,
who are you?
Oh, you're treading on my freedom of speech, except for freedom of speech doesn't go when you're trying to overthrow your government. You think they're just going to make it easy for you? I don't...
But then they tread on my freedom of speech to just fucking post a joke on Facebook.
Well, that's the thing. They're going to become the biggest butthurt Susies out there now because that's what they've been ragging on our side for. So now it switches. Now it switches, Fat Mack. It
has changed. Yeah, I don't know.
Interesting times are ahead, folks. We thought it might be coming to an end, but I don't see an end in sight.
Not soon, at least.
Florida and Texas are going to secede. They're just things are happening. I don't know. We'll see what happens next week on Beef Sticks Podcast. But now, let's get into the comings and goings.
And Paystee, Impact Wrestling announced Wednesday that longtime commentator Josh Matthews has been promoted to a behind-the-scenes role and will be leaving the commentary booth. Similarly, we talked about last week, Madison Rayne is going to be leaving the commentary booth to begin a career outside of the world of wrestling. That, of course, is his wife. In their place will be a new commentary team of Matt Striker and D'Lo Brown.
I'm excited for that.
That's interesting. I don't... Matt Striker's mediocre. D'Lo Brown will be interesting. Josh Matthews will now serve as a senior producer for all of Impact's weekly shows and pay-per-views, which is a good spot for him. He has been working on Explosion for the promotion as of late, and previously Striker has worked on commentary for WWE, Lucha Underground, and AAA. The new commentary team will debut tomorrow, this Saturday, at Impact's Hard to Kill.
I'm looking forward to it. And you know, this is a brand new commentary team, so what if D'Lo's like not really there for commentary but gets involved in some shenanigans and becomes a wrestler?
It'll be interesting because this is a brand new commentary team. And D'Lo's fairly new to commentary other than just doing like a one-off here and there.
Yeah, I can't recall any time I've seen him on commentary. I'm looking forward to this, though. I think Hard to Kill is going to be a pay-per-view to not miss. So if you got the funds or the ability to find it other ways, watch it this weekend. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, I'm super excited for it. Like I said, I did watch Genesis, and it was a good X Division showcase, but it wasn't anything special.
No, but this is for anybody who's ever liked Impact. I think this to me, I feel like kind of signifies the reboot. I feel like this is where everything is going to go in a whole new direction, and it's a great starting point for everybody, potentially.
Yeah, 100.
Yes. Speaking of new starting points, this week saw NXT saw the Rascals make their debut for the company, going by the acronym MSK. My Scratchy Crotch. Nash Carter, FKA Zachary Wentz, and Wes Lee, formerly known as Desmond Xavier, defeated Jake Atlas and Isaiah Swerve Scott in a hell of a match. It was the only match off the card I watched, and I want to go watch that Thatcher and Ciampa match. But
I watched this match as well, and it's actually a really fucking good match.
Yeah, I almost forgot just how amazing the Rascals are in the ring. And they work so well with Atlas and Scott. Just, it's the new era of NXT is here, and I think it's going to be really fun.
And I believe that they showed all the NXT or WWE crowd or whatever that, yeah, they deserve to be here. And I hope, I hate to see any NXT people go to the main roster.
I think they'd go do good there, actually.
But you hope that they could go to the main roster and be one of the actual main tag teams. They don't even have to be tag team champions. Maybe they never win the championship, but they're always the team to beat. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, that matches between them and Street Profits, I think, is like that's money right there.
Oh, for sure.
No, I wanted them to go to AEW, but I think they're gonna be just fine. Of course, there's a third member of the Rascals who's yet to be seen.
Yeah. Still in Impact, and we'll see what happens with that. Speaking of people who have been seen and not been seen, basically this next guy, I feel like there's no way this is an accident that they just set him up to be confused with multiple people. And so I'm just gonna read it as it is. So here we go, Paystee. Shaw Samuels, who is not to be confused with Samuel Shaw, has officially signed with WWE. 35-year-old UK veteran made his pro wrestling debut in 2004 and has worked for companies such as Rev Pro, WXW, Insane Pro Wrestling UK, and Preston City Wrestling, amongst others. He also participated in the TNA British Boot Camp series